Hey there guys, today I've got another video which is continuing my past video yesterday, which was my predictions to the Apple keynote in September 2011 about the new, well, it was called Let's Talk iPhone, and it was basically talking about the new iPhone. Firstly, before I start the video, I'd like to say that, well, if you see me looking down a lot, it's not because I'm scared of the camera, it's just because this is on my knees, so no, it's got a full, look at that, that is full of notes what I'm going to talk about, so yeah, it's going to be a long video. First I'd like to say is that Tim Cook held the event, which is in my past video, and he did well. Obviously it was different to Steve Jobs, but it was a good thing. Firstly, he said that the iPod market is now at 74% of the market share, which is massive compared to other companies. 74% is 3/4 of the company, in which no other companies compared to at the moment. Obviously, he also said that the iPad is the most successful tablet, which is, again, not surprising at all. And then he went through, like every keynote, they went through all the figures, all stuff like that, and then they said, went through all the keynotes, and then they said that there was 2 new stores, one open in Shanghai, another one in Hong Kong. The one in Hong Kong is located near an airport, I can't remember what it is, and it's like a bridge above one of the roads. Don't know a lot about it, that's just what I said. I was only briefly watching the keynote. After Tim Cook came on, Scott Forstall came on and talked about iOS 5. He basically, it was like WWDC in July, I think it was, in San Francisco, and he just went through it, did a quick recap of everything, and he stated that the release date for iOS 5 will be on the 12th of October. It's a free update from iOS 4. iOS 4, yeah. And that'll be released along with iCloud. Also, that Apple are going to be releasing a new app, which is called Cards, which basically you go on it, you create like a greetings card, a postcard, a birthday card, anything like that, and then you have it, Apple, send it to an address wherever you want, all the way across the world. If you send it to one thing that's really good about it is if you send it to a American address, there is a barcode at the bottom, and the courier will scan it, and then you'll get a little notification on your iPhone saying, or iPad, whatever, saying that it's just been received, which is really, I think that's a brilliant idea. It's $2.99 to send one in the US and $4.99 to send one in the worldwide. I think that's right, I'm not sure. Then there was a brief announcement about the iPod Nanos. It was basically saying that I think this was right, that they're meant to be bigger, easier to navigate, and that they talked about how people have used accessories to use watches, which if I had an iPod Nano I'd probably do that because it looks really nice. So they've took advantage of those accessories, and they have added 16 new clock faces. This is brilliant. They showed some of them. They even showed it that some of the clock faces are designed so they're the same colour as your iPod Nano, so that it fits in with the case, and it looks really, really nice. After the iPod Nano, they then announced the iPod Touch will be available in black and white, which is not surprising, but still it's really nice. May encourage quite a few people to upgrade. And it's also available in, yeah, that's my phone going off. And it's also available in 64GB as well as the 1632. I'm not sure if they still do 8. I don't think they do. And then they talked about the iPhone 4S, which I was surprised it was called the iPhone 4S, but still, it was iPhone 4S. I can see why they've done that now. The first reason is that it's in the same house. Like I said can't even talk. I said this in my last video, that I thought that it might be in the same housing as the iPhone 4, but I was hoping that they designed it as an aluminium back like the iPad 2, but they didn't. It's in the same, like I said, it's in the same housing as an iPhone 4. It's got an A5 chip, which is a dual-core processor, which will be absolutely brilliant for gaming, for games like Angry Birds and Infinity Blade 2, which they gave a demo of. Be brilliant for videos as well, and they've even increased the battery life. That is one thing which I feel they needed to do, but they didn't, because I know in my iPhone, that iPhone, they have well, it's got to the point where it'll only last a day. It still holds a charge for a day and maybe even a day and a half. It depends on how much you use it. But it gets to the point where you run out of battery towards the end of the day if it's a heavy use. So you have to like turn the brightness down or turn off your Wi-Fi whilst you're not using a Wi-Fi connection. You have to like make adjustments so that it does last a day. Well, that is a 3-year-old phone now, so I might not be surprised, but still, it's good that they've upped battery life. They also said about the iPhone 4S is that there'll be a new antenna design which switches between 2 antennas for transmitting and receiving signals. I'm not surprised about this, since last year there was the whole thing about the death grip, where if you got your iPhone like that, and then there was the 4 lines that if you held it something like that, and then it was covering up the 4 antenna strips, I think it was like that, something like that, you would lose your signal. As a result of that, they had to lose a lot of money in producing cases, the bumper cases, to ship out to everyone that was having these problems. So I'm not surprised that that's happened. That's hopefully going to fix the problem, which most likely will. I don't see why it shouldn't do. Also, this was a rumour what was going around heavily across the interwebs, and yes, I said interwebs, is that it's an 8 megapixel camera. I thought the iPhone 3G camera is good, but after seeing what this can do, I definitely want to upgrade, even if it's just to an iPhone 4, which would be brilliant, because what it is, it's an 8 megapixel camera, it's in 72% more light. What they said, they put a new sensor in it, but I can't remember what it was called, new sensor, and a 5th lens in the camera. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but that's from my memory what I can remember. I haven't wrote this in my notes. It is 23% faster to take a picture on that. On my iPhone it takes about 3 seconds, it's really slow to take a picture. It's got face detection and 1080p video. 1080p video is brilliant for people that are, I don't know, maybe people that are vlogging. It's 1080p video, sounds like it's very good for the iPhone, sounds like it's going to be really, really good. The main feature, which I think is going to be in the iPhone 4S, is going to be called Siri. Siri, if you didn't watch Keynote, you've not been informed about it yet, is the best way to describe it is that it's an audio assistant to help with the common tasks of day-to-day life. I've got this off a website, by the way, and it's basically it's like a voice assistant. For example, if say, what's the weather in Nottingham? It'll talk back to you, and it'll say the weather in Nottingham is sunny with 24 degrees Celsius, something like that. It'll be really good and really helpful. Or you could say, wake me up at 6 AM tomorrow. It'll actually automatically set an alarm for 6 o'clock in the morning for then you to wake up, which I think is brilliant. It's not new in technological terms. Yeah, that's a big word for me, I know. It's not new, but still, it seems like a really, really, really nice feature. It's also, this is a reason which I can see which people may upgrade from the iPhone 4. It's only available on the iPhone 4S, which is, normally if it was just, if I had an iPhone 4, I wouldn't upgrade, but this Siri, it sounds like if I did have an iPhone 4, I would want to get rid of that, gather the extra money to get an iPhone 4S, because that feature sounds like it's going to be really good. It works on Wi-Fi and 3G, so you can use it as long as you've got a data plan on your iPhone. You'll be able to use it anywhere that you are. In England, if I'm correct off the Apple website, it says that it starts at £499.99, which is expensive for a phone, which I really want this iPhone 4S, but I doubt I'm going to be getting it, to be honest. And it's finally, I think this is right, it's finally in 64GB, which is brilliant, because I think the iPhone 4 only came in 16GB and 32GB, which is a massive improvement. And in America, in the US of A, it is also available in Sprint. That's a new feature for America. I know T-Mobile, they wanted it as well. Well, sorry T-Mobile, I guess you didn't get it this year. Also available on Sprint. So it was on AT&T, then Verizon, and now it's finally coming to Sprint, which is going to be a massive income for them. There's only one other thing which I'm aware of what they talked about in the keynote. That's the iPod Shuffle. and the iPod Classic. They didn't talk about it actually, but they're still in production. I think they are anyway, because I've been on the Apple website and I swear they're there. I'll show you a screenshot if you really need to. But they're still in production, which I thought in my last video I was a bit wary of it. Whether they'd keep them in production or whether they'd scrap them, since iPod Shuffle, well, you'd go a bit more and spend it on the iPod Nano because it's that with a touchscreen, so it looks a lot better. And the iPod Classic it's brilliant for music lovers. I mean, you can get in 100GB. That's brilliant. I've got over 1,000 songs, and that takes up about 8GB, I think. So for music lovers, that is brilliant. And that is in my notes. All of that is notes. That is everything what I've put down in my notes to talk about. Leave comments in the description how I did in the video. What do you think about the keynote? What happened from it? Are you pleased about the iPhone 4S? Are you not? Are you disappointed about it? I was disappointed that it was called the iPhone 4S, not the iPhone 5, and that it was still in the housing of a iPhone 4. I thought that they maybe would have done the aluminium back, it's the same as the iPad. Personally, I prefer that design a lot more. But the iPhone 4 in white is growing on me. I am starting to like that a lot. I know someone who has it. I'll put his video link in the description. His channel in the description. It's called TechBlogger14. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, like I say, leave a comment saying what you think of it. Like the video if you enjoyed it, or dislike it if you really must. I mean, it'll help to like it. Put numbers up. Don't forget to subscribe. It's up there or up there, somewhere up there. The like should be there or there, something like that. I'm gonna stop doing that because it makes me look a bit weird. But and that's it. I'm done. Thanks for watching this video. I'll put a annotation, put him in next to my past video if you didn't see it, or then in my past video I'll put an annotation into this video so you can see both. It'd be kind of good to see what I predicted in the last video, which was true in this video, and then which isn't true, which I failed massively on the iPhone 4. I thought that it was going to be completely different to what they said. The only thing that I was thinking about is the same in the iPhone 4S as well as the iPhone 4, is that I don't think I mentioned it about the iPhone 4 camera, but yeah, that's about everything. And yeah, don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe, and thanks for watching.